Yeah, well, it was curious. And to be honest, I'm no expert. I'm not a lawyer. I haven't got letters after my name or a degree, but someone who has is Graham Edgeler from Wellington. Graham is a lawyer and he specialises and he's got a lot of knowledge in things constitutional and the way government works. And he joins us now. Graham, thank you for taking the time to talk to us with some level of expertise. It is welcomed.
Happy to be here.
All right, Graham, I want to basically now do, for me, Idiot's Guide to the Waka Jumping and how we thought it was meant to work. What does the legislation in layman's terms say and when does it come into effect?
Two ways it can come into effect. The party that you're part of can bring it into play, or the individual MP can. And we haven't had the party do it since Donna Awetiri Huata. Slightly different version of the law. Doesn't seem to be in play here. No one has seemed to want to do it. National didn't want to do it with Jamie Lee Ross. Labor didn't want to do it with Guaura Sharma. And Labor, it seems, didn't want to do it here either. What we have here, though, is the other way. Potentially, an MP writes to the Speaker, says they have resigned from the party in which they were elected and wish to be an independent, or have resigned from the party that they were elected and wish to be recognised as a member of another party. If they do that, in a signed letter to the Speaker telling him that, then the seat is declared vacant.
Now, you said a signed letter to the Speaker. MP. Does the legislation specify the letter must be signed?
Yes, but that doesn't seem to be an issue here. And it doesn't have to be, I think it's generally agreed, doesn't have to be, signed in writing with, sort of a pen or something like that. It could be an email. It just sort of, we're sure it's from you sort of thing. And so one thing that we got to in the end yesterday was the Speaker saying, I have not received a letter of this type, signed or unsigned. So that it doesn't seem to be a technicality of the form. Oh no, they sent an email, not a letter, or it was unsigned and not signed. That doesn't seem to be.
So
the
how
issue here.
did the Speaker know that Meka Whaitiri didn't want to sit with her old friends in Labor anymore, or have her vote, her proxy vote, automatically assigned to Labor? If he hasn't received a written communication to that effect, what is he doing? Reading her mind through ESP?
No. What he seems to be doing is he's received a written communication exactly to that effect. I have withdrawn my proxy vote, and I wish to sit somewhere else.
Graham, so that's a letter.
It is, but it's not a resignation. It's a letter about who's carrying my proxy. MPs can change who's carrying their proxy. What it's not a letter, and why I think all the confusion came from, is that at that live stream thing that everyone sort of saw with Meka Whaitiri and JT and everyone else talking about all these things that you were just mentioning, Meka Whaitiri said something along the lines of, I have officially informed the Speaker to resign from the Labor Party and tell him I want to be recognised.
So that was a lie.
I'm joining. That seems not to have been true. Based on what the Speaker said yesterday.
Geez, it's a big thing to get wrong, Graham. It's a big thing to get wrong.
It is a big thing to get wrong, and I think that's the cause of all the conclusion. She said she had done that, and it seems she has not. What it seems she did was write to the Speaker and say, I'd like to change my proxy and sit somewhere else.
Wouldn't it be helpful if we could see that letter?
That's not a letter of resignation, because MPs can change their proxy.
Wouldn't it be helpful if we could see that letter?
It very much would, and that would, I think, clear up any remaining confusion, hopefully, unless we saw it and what's going on. But I suspect it's not that. I suspect we got to the end of the 22 minutes in Parliament yesterday trying to work out what happened, and the Speaker, sort of the final statement is, oh, okay, that's what she did. And it seems to be he sent a letter that is very different from the letter she said she sent.
Well, a letter that isn't a resignation.
Someone who knew the rules, JT or someone.
Okay, so it was
someone
actually
who knew the rules better actually wrote the law.
It was an artful deception then, do you think?
My suspicion is that she didn't draft it. It would have been written by someone who, she's not a lawyer. There are probably some lawyers around there. It wasn't me. But someone seems to, what's a thing we can do? And then when she says what she said, whether she knew it or not, it was not true.